Once upon a time, there lived a young man who was deeply troubled by his own mind. Day and night, his thoughts would race like wild horses, sometimes galloping into the past, sometimes rushing toward the future, but never resting in the present moment. He would lie awake at night, thinking about mistakes he had made years ago. Why did I say those words? Why did I make that choice? He would ask himself over and over again. And when morning came, his mind would fill with worries about the days ahead. What if? Primera fail. What if something goes wrong? What will people think of me? This constant thinking had stolen his peace. His eyes had grown tired, his heart heavy, and his spirit restless. He had tried many things to calm his mind, but nothing seemed to work. One day, he heard about a wise Zen master who lived in a remote village high up in the mountains. People said that this master had the power to solve any problem. Desperate for relief, the young man decided to seek him out. After many days of difficult travel, he finally reached the small village. There, under the shade of an old banyan tree, he found the Zen master sitting in stillness. The young man approached him, folded his hands respectfully, and said, "Oh, wise one, I have traveled a long way to meet you. My mind gives me no rest. It is always wandering, either lost in regrets of the past or trapped in fears of the future. I cannot find peace, no matter how hard I try. Please, if you have any wisdom, share it with me." The Zen master looked at him with gentle eyes and smiled softly. He did not speak for a long moment. Then he slowly rose and said, "Come with me." He led the young man to a small hut nearby. Inside, the master filled the glass with water right to the very brim, so full that even a slight tremor would cause it to spill. He handed it carefully to the young man. "I want you to carry this glass to the edge of the village and back," the master said. "But there is one condition. You must not spill even a single drop." The young man was puzzled. He had come seeking deep wisdom, and instead he was being asked to carry a glass of water. But he trusted the master and accepted the task without question. He began to walk slowly, his eyes fixed firmly on the glass. The path was uneven, with stones and roots scattered along the way. Children were playing nearby, laughing and shouting. Dogs were barking somewhere in the distance. Villagers were going about their daily work, talking and calling out to one another. But the young man noticed none of this. His entire being was focused on the glass. Every step he took was careful and deliberate. His breathing became slow and steady. His mind, which usually raced in 100 directions, had become completely still. After some time, he reached the edge of the village, turned around, and walked back. When he finally stood before the Zen master again, the glass was still full. Not a single drop had been spilled. The master took the glass from his hands and asked, "Tell me, did you see the children playing on the road?" The young man thought for a moment and then shook his head. "No, master, I did not." "Did you hear the dogs barking?" "No, I did not hear them either." "Did you notice the villagers talking, or the birds singing in the trees?" The young man lowered his eyes and said, "No, wise one, I saw nothing and heard nothing. My entire attention was on the glass." The Zen master smiled warmly and said, "And yet, did you feel any fear during that time? Did any worry about your past or future enter your mind?" The young man's eyes widened as he realized the truth. "No," he said slowly. "There was no fear, no worry, no confusion. My mind was completely at peace." The master nodded and said, "This is the secret you have been searching for. My son, when your mind is fully present in this moment, completely absorbed in what is before you right now, there is no space left for regret about the past or anxiety about the future. Peace is not something you must search for in distant places. It already lives within you. You simply need to bring your mind back to the present moment, again and again, just as you kept your eyes on the glass." The young man stood in silence, tears forming in his eyes. For the first time in many years, he felt a deep stillness within himself. He bowed low before the master and said, "O wise one, I came here seeking peace, and you have shown me that it was inside me all along. I was simply looking in the wrong direction." The Zen master placed a gentle hand on his shoulder and said, "Remember this always. The mind that dwells in the past carries the weight of sorrow. The mind that rushes to the future carries the burden of fear. But the mind that rests in the present moment is light, free, and at peace." The young man returned to his home a changed person. Whenever his mind began to wander into old regrets or future worries, he would remember the glass of water and gently bring his attention back to the present moment. And slowly, day by day, he found the peace he had been searching for all his life. This beautiful story teaches us something we often forget in our busy lives. Peace is not a destination we must travel to. It is a state we return to. The young man didn't need to climb mountains or find a master to gain peace. The peace was already within him. The master simply showed him how to access it. If we look at our own lives, we will find that most of our suffering comes not from what is happening right now, but from what happened in the past, or what might happen in the future. Think about your own life for a moment. How much energy do you spend replaying old conversations, old mistakes, old hurts? How many hours do you lose worrying about things that may never even happen? This mental wandering drains us. It steals our joy, our energy, and our ability to fully experience the life happening right in front of us. But here's the beautiful truth. You can train your mind to stay present. Start small. When you're eating, really taste your food. When you're walking, feel your feet on the ground. When you're talking to someone, truly listen instead of thinking about what you'll say next. Give your full attention to whatever is before you, just like the young man focused on the glass of water. And when your mind wanders, because it will, don't be harsh with yourself. Simply notice it and gently guide your attention back to the present moment. This is not a one-time achievement. It is a practice, a daily returning, a gentle discipline that grows stronger with time. Remember, the past is gone and the future has not yet come. The only moment we truly have is this one. When we learn to anchor our minds in the present, we discover that peace is not something we need to find. It is something we already have. We simply need to stop running away from it. Now, I want to hear from you in the comments below. Tell me, what is one thing that keeps pulling your mind away from the present? Past regrets or future worries? And what small step will you take today to bring yourself back to the now? If you believe this story deserves to reach more people who need to hear it, please like and share this video. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you never miss these stories of wisdom and inspiration. I'll be back soon with another story to guide and inspire you. Until then, be patient, stay grateful, and remember, the peace you're searching for is already within you. You just need to explore it to enjoy your life.